Welcome back, everyone. Katya here. Welcome to Unshackled Wisdom, where we unshackle ourselves from beliefs, programs, lifestyles, all kinds of things that have been holding us back from expressing who we are, showing up authentically as the real you, uncensored in all of your various colors and shades, and really remembering that you have more power and more abilities than what you've been told. So when we start to really assimilate that into ourselves, everything in life tends to show up for us differently. It shows up more in our favor. It shows up more with so much possibility that we didn't see before. So this is where I share these tips and experiences I've had, how I've traversed things, and I share it with you. So thanks for joining me today, and I wanted to just give you all a wonderful shout out, if you like, if you're having a get together with friends, relatives, people over the holiday period. Now personally, I don't celebrate Christmas Day. I haven't done that for quite a while. I guess I tend to notice more the emphasis on consumerism and just how much of a a trap that can be for people, you know. But nonetheless, I still get together with friends and people through the Christmas and New Year period, and I'm sure you all do too. So I just wanted to, share my love and blessings to you all. And if you still are showing up for people, and it's an interesting time now because we often are put into situations or invited to situations where there's people that were around who have very strong opinions about certain things, and a lot of the conversations these days are very politically focused, particularly those being presented to us on the outside in the narrative of social media, any kind of media that's out there. So, that old adage, it's been around for a long time. It's been around for decades. My parents used to say it was never talk about politics, religion, and I think it was sports, that, is going to invite some kind of debate which may turn into arguments, but we stay right away from those topics, So anyway, I wish you all a lovely time with friends and family, and just remember, show up as the best self that you are. Remember that. And people will reflect it back to you. And I often talk to people who say that they get into conflict, but they arrive at that gathering with the thoughts of having conflict with that person because it's happened before. So I invite you to maybe take a different perspective and show up a lot more open to all the different opinions that people have, and just let them have them, and just be your own true self in all its glorious colors. Be more authentic, be more loving, be more kind, and you'll have more of that show up for you. So yeah, and as we go in now, the close of this year and go in towards 2026, I'll make a video on some of the tips, some of the things I've learned through the year that I'll be using to navigate through 26 in a positive way, in a way that really solidifies a lot more of my dreams and how I see things going for myself, because we do create our own dreams and desires, and the ones that we don't want, because we fixate on different things. But I'll talk about that more. I wanted to also give an update on, now that I'm hit the 6-month mark, traveling zero carb, high fat carnivore. I actually did have a gathering yesterday with some friends, and we had some drinks. I actually had a glass of champagne, yes, and I haven't had any alcohol for 10 months maybe. Not that I had any before, but it would be for a birthday. Regularly before. Maybe a birthday or New Year's, that was it. Never been a drinker as such. So I had a glass of champagne just to celebrate all the wonderful things that I feel that I've achieved personally this year, and just great to be around great company. Also, I had some low carb, non-starch vegetable, cucumber, some avocado, and some olives, and lo and behold, no effect on me whatsoever. No inflammatory response, no irritation in the gut, no bloating, no gas, nothing. So that was wonderful because, you know, it shows things are really running well in my body. So, and of course we're having extremely hot weather, very hot. So a few slices of cucumber is quite refreshing. What I wanted to mention too is I'm finding a lot more oncologists and doctors in general are now coming on board of the benefits of a ketogenic diet in treating cancers, any inflammatory illness, chronic illness, and more putting up videos, talking about them, talking about patients that have had cancer, gone into remission and have stuck to ketogenic kind of diet, and they're thriving a few years after they no longer have cancer, so they kind of maintain that diet. So that's wonderful. We're hearing more and more and more evidential proof, stories of people who this is having a transformative effect on their body, of course, because we're not feeding these cancer cells and we're not creating inflammatory responses in the body by eating starchy kind of foods, high carb processed foods, but also high carb vegetables, fruits in excess, which have a lot of sugar. So that's wonderful news. And I wanted to share that with you because, I may next year have a few cucumbers and avocado every now and then, depends. But of course it'll be all intuitive. But right now I'm very happy traveling on a high fat, I'll say zero carb because as I said, it wasn't, I've still been doing that until yesterday. But it's working really well for me. Sleep is better. My performance, I guess, in sports has really gone up another notch in as far as my capabilities. I've got a lot more strength in my body, and that's just incredible. So that actually motivates me to do more exercise, and it's wonderful. So I often say to people who are really daunted by they know they've got to do some sort of weights or something that's going to exercise these muscles. Otherwise they'll start to atrophy, and next thing they'll find that they just become weaker and weaker. But it has to be a step-by-step process, just little by little, and it builds on it. And I found that firsthand, a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and I can do more and do more and do more. And that's how it goes with any changes we make. So, also the chilblains I had faded quite dramatically. Veins have kind of decreased that I had on my legs, which is great. All the other senses are very heightened again. So it's just great. And sleep, of course, which is precious to me, and it's precious for rest and repair and all those things that we need to come into the next day. So deep sleep is very important, and I still have a couple of tablespoons of butter before I go to bed, ice cold butter, and suck on that, and that's wonderful. I'm sure that the butyrate in it really does contribute to having a deep peaceful sleep. So that's my update for now, and I'll make another video shortly just on some tips and the things that I've learned from this year, and I'll share that with you and how I intend to navigate 26 and some advice I can give to you to help you unshackle yourself as well from some of the things that are holding you back. All right, to being the true you and remembering how powerful and capable you really are. And what a great feeling it is when you really know that deep inside you. It just changes your life. And I certainly want to inspire you and motivate you guys to also access the same thing. Okay, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.